10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Team secrets turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Newbies turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our deciding game number 3. This one is going the distance. It's Secret taking on Newbee and MDL in the lower bracket. Losing team will be eliminated. Who's it going to be, Gods? Who's it going to be?
That's what we're about to find out. I have no bold predictions.
That's a terrible answer. Well, I mean, come on, you've been on point, you know? Star Ladder, Alliance is getting eliminated 2-0. Don't even need to see the draft of Game 2. They go and win the event. So who are you going to crown as the eventual champions here?
Who can I curse today?
Yeah. We'll find out.
I like
it. It's begun, so let's go ahead.
Too much power,
Check it out.
Too much power to have.
Turn to pick.
All right, bans are underway.
They gave Secret Earth Spirit. Okay, Secret won.
Okay. So at least you waited to see the first pick before you called it.
I mean, I haven't seen the first pick. Oh, hold on.
Mean...
Correction, LD. I did not wait to see the first pick. So... I called it before the first pick, for the record. That Secret.
Interesting to see Secret banning the IO. Has Newbee run it at all recently?
Not sure. I mean, there's been so many group stages, like 40 games in one day, so we didn't get to see any of Newbee on the mainstream. So, not entirely sure on that one.
Our spirit it is.
Turn to pick.
So, what do Newbee get in return? Venge +1 has often been a go-to of theirs. Their dire third game in a row, they really prefer it. Secret prefer the Radiant side. It looks like Secret actually got first pick 2 games in a row, so I guess they do another coin toss for game 3 is my guess there. That's the only way I can imagine that happening, but we'll see what the plan is going to be.
10 seconds remaining.
Who's drafting? Is it? Oh, it's late drafting.
It is
Newbee.
Puppy for Secret now.
Oh, Puppy's drafting again. Whoa.
Could just be a incidental thing. It's hard to know how much input everyone has.
Yeah.
Regardless of who bears the crown.
Was he drafting game 2? It was definitely game 1 was Envy.
I think it was Envy.
I can't remember game 2. I know game 1 was Envy though. Because I remember thinking like their draft did cause them some issues, like when they went late game, and that was part of the reason they maybe lost.
So last time they went Spearbreaker Darkseer here.
It's true. The Venge was 3rd, 4th.
Obviously, they'd be giving away the Lone Druid, and they're gonna do something very different.
Totally different.
Void Death
totally different. It's Newbee after all. You know,
well, this is definitely something that can punish the Earth Spirit made a lot more than a Bristleback.
This is like them going back right back to TI4.
TI4, indeed.
This was the Newbee strat.
They don't have very many of the old faces, but they got the heroes. The heroes have changed, though.
Yes. Death Prophet's even worse, or even more OS Froggy than before.
10 seconds remaining.
I would agree with that.
Void, yeah, he's quite different. He's kind of. This one doesn't have the long. He needs a blink more before he gets that long range initiation.
I would say it's a lot different, not because of the hero, but because of the items. Like he's no longer like an offlaner you can just carry. He's an offlaner who can initiate.
Yeah, well.
And purely an initiator.
And he's more teamfight oriented with time dilation and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Old Void was get Massacre Madness, get Maelstrom, kill everyone. Universe gets an ultra kill.
So Terrorblade in the first stage for Team Secret.
5 seconds remaining.
Wow. They really wanted this hero, I guess. It got banned out in the second stage.
They knew it was going to get banned.
Yeah, that was what happened in previous games. And the other alternative was to get the Lone Druid, which was fine for them in previous game, but they don't play as fast-paced as a team like Alliance with the Lone Druid. They're normally going for the late game, and Like, even if they get that good Radiance timing, it's not until they get a few more items before they're even really thinking about high ground, so I think they decide they'd rather secure Envy's Terrorblade than the Misery Lone Druid.
The Gyro will get banned out, so just removing here, they can dump damage into Chrono. Generally is the approach we see nowadays.
Turn to ban.
Who else is a common ban? Zeus, but I'm not sure he really fits the newbie lanes.
No, they've already got Death Prophet. Support Zeus is possible, but
Unlikely.
weak. They'd rather get strong lanes. Good
Unless they
supports.
ran like safe lane Void and off lane
10
Zeus, but
seconds remaining.
nobody really seems to run carry Void anymore.
So I think the big things
5
Newbie's missing is
seconds
kind of like
remaining.
some sustain, either AoE heals or a mech/pipe buyer, but they've already got
Reserve
their
time.
mid lane, the Death Prophet. They've got their off lane. Neither of these heroes buys mech, buys pipe. So yeah, like I'm trying to think if there's...
Tidehunter, Dark Sea.
Well, they can't really draft those because they've got
Newbies,
Void.
turn
Yeah.
to
I don't see
I
them
mean,
running
I'm
a safe
thinking
lane
one
Void.
position
Yeah,
Void,
yeah. So there's not really like many obvious safe lane carries that go for these kinds of items. Is maybe a limitation of Newbie's draft. So they've got to be thinking 4-position supports who can get some farm, come out with these kind of. Like, I feel like an
10
Enigma pick
seconds remaining.
would actually be fine. Newbie's on a team who plays Enigma, but it's a
5
good hero
seconds
here.
remaining.
They can't go Chen. They banned it out themselves. Otherwise, I'd be saying like a Chuan Chen could just be the mech
Reserve
buyer for the
time.
team, and then provide a lot of sustain against Team Secret's Earth Spirit. But having AoE heal and just damage block seems very
I
important.
was gonna suggest Dazzle for Newbie, but
Yeah,
they,
same.
they ban it.
It kind of fits that role without having to get the items, just having Shadow Wave. But perhaps gets owned a bit too much by Earth Spirit. If he gets stunned silence, he might just die before he gets spells off. But I mean, just looking at the last game alone with what Earth Spirit did, it seems very important to have that sustain.
Okay,
Okay.
they do
Support
go
Zeus.
for the Zeus. Interesting.
Dang. So not a hero who's they're pretty much all out offensive with this. Like they're not gonna actually have, I imagine, very good sustain because
No, this
This
is
is
all.
their
This
core
is all
position,
about the Chrono as well, right
Yeah.
now for Newbie.
the other hero that would have maybe given them some sustain from the 5 roll is the Witch Doctor, but that's also banned out. So
I mean, support Zeus is very vulnerable to Earth Spirit as well.
yeah, absolutely.
Huh.
They haven't. There's like many options to like help keep a teammate alive. The Dazzle banned out.
5 seconds remaining.
Tusk is like an old school option, but I don't see Tusk being very good for Newbie
Reserve
here.
time.
And they also want to make sure they have good stuns and control to make sure they can keep the Terrorblade locked down when he's trying to get Sunders off. So like a Shadow Shaman as pushing hero comes to mind. That's something Newbie may want to consider. That gives them lockdown and also push. But I think Newbie overall the game plan is going to be let's go offensive, try and use our spells to push towers and get kills. We don't care about like if we kill them before they kill us, we don't need sustain.
I wonder what Secret are looking to do. Do we actually see the Lone Druid with this draft, or do they have to change it up now?
They might need to change it up and go less greedy. Or at least something that can fight a bit better. The Darkseer has been another hero of miseries, which he's had some success with.
I mean, the other thing is they don't have to run the Earth Spirit mid. They could change it up, go like for a Weehan Invoker, maybe run the Earth Spirit support. They do grab the Disruptor now though, and normally he is a 4.
Team
Okay,
six,
so there's
turn
control
to
lockdown for Terrorblade, a big ulti that can actually kill off the split pushing Terrorblade. And that's going to be their support partner for the Zeus, I can only imagine. Unless they do like safe lane Death Prophet with mid Zeus, that would be kind of funky and unexpected. Doesn't seem likely, but
I really like running the Zeus as a core, but I guess the lanes are the
Yeah.
main issue, especially if that ends up being a support Earth
10
Spirit.
seconds
Yeah, I think
remaining.
Then Zeus is just going to be a feast in the mid lane.
support Zeus
5
is definitely
seconds remaining.
on the weaker side as far as supports go, but it's all about the lineup, the synergy it has, and they're willing to have a few weaknesses to benefit from being able to dump damage into the Chrono. Secret, just pick up a stable support duo, and they recognize Newbie have very weak laning supports. They don't have any lane presence out of Earthshaker Zeus, so they get 2 heroes that can actually punish and be bullies in the lane.
10 seconds
They can
remaining.
contest any of the lanes they want. If Newbie goes for a greedy last pick in the carry roll, they can try and
5
contest it.
seconds remaining.
Alternatively, like they know the off lane for Newbie, the Void, they want to be able to try and
Reserve
deal with
time.
him. So Rubik Disruptor pretty good at doing that as well.
So Secret do confirm it isn't going to be, once again, the Weeha Earth Spirit. So now we're looking for the Misery hero for Secret. They're very level dependent here, but not very greedy as far as farm goes.
I'm just wondering if you could like do like a aggro trialing with the Rubik Disruptor. Perhaps not as much as like Earthshaker Zeus isn't really a support hero that does a whole lot. If the aggro trialing into it, Zeus will just sit back, spam Arc Lightning, and chip you down, which can be kind of pesky if you don't have really starting magic sticks.
Newbee are gonna ban the Clockwork here.
Dang.
Pretty good against, actually good against all three of those heroes. The Void being the one that's pretty easy to escape with.
It's hard to imagine their Secret going for something too space creative for Misery because they've already got the Earth Spirit, so like their lineup fall off pretty hard if it's only Terrorblade going into late game.
I mean, is there anything else besides the Lone Druid?
And Darkseer's been pretty good for him.
There's
Newbees.
Broodmother?
Wow, Lion Band. So they're expecting a core something.
Core Zeus.
Core Void. Well, Core Void obviously. Core, but maybe Safe Void with like an offlane Zeus.
Yeah. It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
I mean, Hal used to play a ton of carry Void.
Yep.
I would love to see that, just to see his take on the hero, and you know, anything but the same
10 seconds
Iron
remaining.
Talon treads Vlad's Aghanim's Blink Dagger every game.
5 seconds.
I'm not sure how viable it is.
Their last pick. Going to their reserve time.
Reserve
So
time.
not the line, you can always just fit in the Shadow Shaman instead, but Lifestealer comes out.
Team Secret
So it is a support
turn
Zeus.
to
And this is not
Or a jungling Lifestealer would be the only other curveball Newbee could throw.
Support Zeus, Lifestealer, safe lane for Hal, I think, one of his more often played heroes in the past.
Huh.
And then
Well,
Joy's
he's
probably
great
offlane.
against Disruptor. And Rubik.
Doesn't
Used to be a pretty hard counter to both of those supports when he was in vogue.
a zero synergy with
10
Faceless Void,
seconds
but
remaining.
well, I mean, Void slows everyone with time dilation. That kind of helps Lifestealer, but the
5
Chronosphere,
seconds
zero synergy.
remaining.
Guess
Not good with Fissure either, generally.
No, yeah, this is as soon as I saw the light, I was like, what? Like
They
Chrono
have- they
Fissure?
ha-
Like
they
how
have-
does this work?
They have vehicles. They
Yeah.
have the Void, they have the Earthshaker,
5
later on.
seconds remaining.
Some cool delivery mechanisms here.
So yeah, they're picking the hero for being pretty good at sieging towers, and I'm like, is this Envy drafting though? It's Puppy drafting. He's picked up the Cloud9 special. It's the Leon Commander.
I mean, Secret, let's be honest, it's felt a little more like Cloud9, a little less like Secret over the past couple of days. So
absolutely.
now the drafting is starting to match it. But no Bone 7. We've got Misery on the Legion.
So
I mean, Envy will be happy. It's been a while since I've seen him play Terrorblade.
it's much needed, just wave clear and high ground defense, which is something they actually had very little to no AoE. They had Fade Bolt, and that's really it.
Also, BKB piercing lockdown for heroes that are likely to grab it later on.
Yeah, so a strong pick, and it's something that can be a bit of a semi-core as well. Scale pretty well with farm if you manage to
10
find
seconds
some
remaining.
alone time on the map as well. So we'll see how it fits in.
Deciding game 3, big match for both teams here. Newbee as well as Secret getting ready to rumble.
For battle.
And they'll head out to the lanes now.
There's also Earth. I mean, Earth Spirit's actually amazing high ground defense. it's one of those things you don't really think of the hero.
Once you get
being
that
good at,
axe,
but-
it's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Very hard to break against him. Oh, Chuan looking swag.
Yeah, MV2. That's a terrible set. He's pimped out.
He's got the
Well, the Arcana, I
The
should say. That's on the set.
Nimsnam. How do you say it? Tanimsnam?
Tanim. I'm not sure.
Timsnam. Timsnam. Oh, he's green. I guess that's what matters.
The green sum.
The green Sam. 7 tangos on Puppy.
He's buying a lot more regen, suggesting he's possibly going to the offlane with the
30
Legion
seconds
commanders,
to battle.
some dual lanes. Oh, actually, aggro trialing. So we took the Lone Druid maybe being picked up as a 1v1 for the Void with an aggro trialing. It looks like just Legion's going to 1v1 the Void, and they can test that top lane.
I'm not sure how that offlane will work, but I quite like the idea of not trying to duel or tri-lane Void, because it just doesn't seem like any lineups can kill him.
I like it a lot too, and I think the one thing, the aggro tri-lane, it's got a stronger support duo in Rubik Disruptor, but if you don't actually catch the Zeus Shaker, they just sit back and chip and spam their Arc Lightning keep on poking at you and harass you down.
And they have no great way to deal with Lifestealer when he gets like level 3 to 5 and
Yeah.
just starts running at them. So they'll definitely have to be careful around that.
If they get a catch with telekinesis, metamorph, like that's you're looking at quick kills or team secret.
Well, maybe it will be dual lanes. Rubik's kind of hanging out near the top rune right now.
Yeah.
Tron getting his ward down. And we're underway with our deciding game number 3. They are going to scout Pili Die moving in. Puppy's there to support him. He's actually going to run up the ramp, it looks like. But Newbee are going to back off. Tron looking for his pulls and stacks, and Puppy looking to contest. So, Legion versus Void. Is this a matchup where Legion does well?
Yes.
The new Void doesn't seem like he would be nearly as good in a 1v1 as when you have backtrack.
Legion favored, but I think Void can do okay. He's going to have to get at least 1 point bash, maybe even prioritize it more. Yeah, he's gone level 1 bash, but I could see him going for like mainly points in bash in this 1v1 matchup, I think, just to give him a fighting chance.
The one thing I do really like for Newbee is that they're running a much better matchup mid compared to last game. Something that can truly dominate Hero Spirit early. But we have seen, even when Weehaw doesn't have a good start, that he still has a big impact. Moo will be off to the races here early. But the Legion having a really great time.
Yeah, and I think that's a lane which he should win pretty handily. And you try and right-click down the Legion, he just trades hits with you, then gets the lifesteal box. And so that's double attacking you, so it gets pretty hard for the Void to actually stay in that lane. It's going to have to go through quite a bit of regen, I imagine.
Big kick there on the Moo. Weehaw getting ready for the rune spawn now, as it is going to clip 2 minutes, and he'll grab himself an arcane rune. Bounty has spawned bottom, and looks like potentially Misery could go grab that if he wants to leave the lane. We'll see. So things very different with the laning setup early on. A tri-lane on tri-lane and 2 1v1s.
And this, for the tri-lane, the biggest thing is going to be how the pull camps work, because that's where you can deny XP and you secure yourself levels and farm. Most importantly for Newbee, under the tower, get like life till level 3, level 4, and put the creep wave in a place where he can maximize his farm. So getting that double pull off really helps Newbee a lot. But their pull camp's been blocked. They didn't actually find the Radiant Sentry just yet, so doing so is going to be, I think, pretty important. It looks like it's just in range, but they didn't actually scout it out on the other side yet.
That will definitely hurt the Dire side. So we've seen the Radiant able to get their pulls off, and the good news for Newbee though is their solos are actually doing very well here. Death Prophet having a great time mid as you'd expect, and the Void 15-3, so it apparently is able to hold his own in this matchup and even come out on top.
Yeah, using this, it looks like this pull camp has been a kind of key tool for him. Just to, he doesn't want to be in a position where he's trading hits with Misery, so he just does the pull camp. It denies maybe part of his creep wave, and then Misery's creep wave pushes to his tower where he can farm just fine with Poor Man's Shield, get a Quelling Blade if he needs to, and he's just going to prioritize more on farming than trying to kill Misery, at least until he's level 6 or something.
Secret have left the Tron though. They've gone for a smoke. They're going to be revealed here.
Hello.
Yeah, good movement by Lei to scout that out, and Moo was aware of the potential for the rotation.
And Lifestealer is jungling. They're actually going to leave the Zeus top, so we kind of question like how does the Lifestealer work as a support, but he ends up kind of playing this greedy 4th position role. Something I've seen Tron do this in the past when he was on IG, where he like, was playing Lion as a safe lane farmer, while their Luo would play like a Lycan or something and just go jungle. So this is something like Tron's had some experience with, playing this like farming 4th position role.
Yeah, and way back
greedy.
on IG, he played that like 4th position Bat Rider even at times.
Yeah.
So. Definitely something in the Chuan playbook. Hey, he likes to get farm as far as supports go.
And I like it because I think Zeus is like a really kind of weak support. You need him to be getting items, be it Aether Lens, Force Staffs, Yule, Scepters. He needs levels as well, so playing him even as like a 4th position support like is not going to work well unless he gets a ton of farm.
Envy in the offlane, not getting quite as much farm as he's accustomed to, but is still having a pretty good time here. Seeing the Rubik backing him up for now. Where's Puppy off to?
Bottom? Like,
he's not bottom. But until they get duel, there's actually with duel they've got decent kill potential. Maybe not these two alone, but definitely with a +1.
Yeah, but too late. Topping the CS chats. Just smart itemization. He picked up the Ring of Regen from the side shop to give him that bit of HP regen, sustain in the lane.
Yeah, you kind of have to match what the Legion gets from the lifesteal. Very, it's just so. I love how unusual everything feels this patch. Like more so than some of the recent patches.
And even going from game to game, you're seeing something different. Like every single time, it feels
They have caught out the little Rubik. They don't want to let him get away. This could be your first blood. Highlight die is going to go down. Weeha, though, suddenly just appears out of nowhere, apparates in, and goes to work with the Magnetis, dropping some extra stones and letting it delay. He needs a little more damage to get this kill. A couple more whacks, one last. Redman will get the job done, but Moose ready to turn it around. Oh, the silence was almost there in time. Barely able to roll himself up and away to the other cliff, so they force out the exorcism and the death buffer rotation, but they do get first blood to somewhat make it.
I don't think you don't normally get that early point in silence. It was saving at some point, but yeah, not finding a kill off that. And
if he was like a quarter of a second sooner, they might have gotten the kill. It's going to be close.
Yeah. Well. I still think advantage Newbie, like Moon rotates, but as does the Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit, a hero that doesn't need to farm, wants to be rotating more, but First Blood going the way of Newbie, and then only losing a support, Earthshaker, who spent all his money before he died as well, so there was no loss for Newbie's lay there.
The Void also rotated during that, so he's now back. He was mid, now he's back to the jungle, and they've given this bottom lane over to the Earthshaker.
Iron Talon sound. Please, Volvo, please change.
It sounds like a dying animal.
I'm gonna go into like my config files. I don't even know how you do that, but I'm gonna figure out how to do it just because of Iron Talon.
You just delete the item in the game.
No, you can't do that, LD. Please. I can't
how
jungle
will you
on
get
support.
MMR?
how will I infuriate my teammates? Iron Talon on support dazzle.
I wonder what the average MMR gain per Iron Talon purchases and when it starts to drop off. How many Iron Talons is optimal?
Radiant's middle tower.
Seen quite a lot of 2 Iron.
Oh,
no. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, like 5 Iron Talons. Let's go. Easy armor.
It's so amazing on like Night Stalker is probably the best Iron Talon in the game. Like there's some heroes it's just amazing on.
Yeah.
He's so good jungle because of his HP regen and his base armor and stats.
I've seen it work on everyone, honestly. Offlane Phoenix it worked on. We saw it work quite well even on Darkseer to get the first few levels.
Let me tell you, it works on supports too. Dazzle's like, sure, why not? I've tested it.
You're ruining pipes for the next generation.
Only with random gold though. So you random a Dazzle, you go Iron Talon. You buy the Courier so your team can't get mad, and then you buy Iron Talon. Everything goes smoothly.
So they have switched up the lanes here now, and Void getting a little nervous. He knows that duel is ready.
Looks like Zeus is ready to head bottom and try and.
He's already level
with the
6.
Chrono. Yeah.
This is a good time for them to strike.
What a level
for the 2-2-1 build. Only the 2 points in Bolt.
Fissure damage as well, so they. Oh, let's say they should be able to kill most heroes, but Misery's got 1200 HP.
Did they just smoke?
Fairy Fire. Yeah, this is an easier kill, and perhaps a more important kill. Kill the tempo controller rather than like the farming
quick,
hero.
Though it's a little tough with that short time walk range. They're gonna creep up on Weeha. Oh, he almost got out of there too. Quick reactions, but it doesn't quite work out in the end. Almost turned that into pie shows. Oh, pie. Oh, he's gonna be turned into some apple pie for Newbee to gobble right up. I'll have a little snack on him.
Yeah, nice quick play coming out.
Granny Delicious.
The Void. Good smart reverse rotation. Like Legion Commander has 1200 HP and it's not a guaranteed kill, it's also a less important kill than the Earth Spirit, so...
So yeah, it was in fact 2 heroes going down there. Newbee looking for the tower mid as well. And Tule tanking it up. Kind of a cool aspect of the Void. If they can't lock you down, you can just tank the tower and then time walk it off.
His gloves Midas pick up? Yeah, looks like he's
I want to see a more farm Void. It's been I don't think I've seen one in an actual competitive match.
The Iron Talon's the poor man's Midas. He's like, I'm not poor this game. I was CS'er earlier. You get the actual Midas.
One Midas for each hand. An Iron Talon for one and an actual Midas for the other. But Misery is going for the aggression here. Press the Blink Dagger.
Cool. The Zeus ulti. Okay, that scouted the Blink with the Zeus ulti.
But if they clicked him, not sure if they did.
Yeah, and I think he picked up the blink after it hit, but depending how long they kept vision, may or may not have.
So, how does the game develop here? They've now got their Legion Blink. Normally, we see teams look for a gank with that.
Yeah, Legion will look to team up with Earth Spirit and Terrorblade. Terrorblade with Metamorph can look to go for some kills, but mostly Envy is going to want to farm and split push. But the big thing is finding some dual kills over the next 5-10 minutes. And for Newbee, it's going to come around to finding the Chronosphere kills. Whenever they have Chrono, they want to fight.
They want to fight the Death Prophet. They're wrapping around here. Moo is out a bit far. The blink in comes from Misery. Had a second to react, but Moo locked down, controlled, and dealt with. Even through the Viz, we're not able to get out. That duel keeping him in Secret's clutches.
I like how they bring Envy in as well, because without that Metamorph damage, I don't think they would have got the dual damage. Earth Spirit alone wasn't going to provide necessary damage in the time to get the duel. But this looks like a danger zone for Secret. No duel, no Metamorph.
Oh, Chuan, the Infest Bomb Zeus is coming up to the top lane. Meanwhile, wrapped around is the Void, so they're going to find their first kill here on Pylai Daya, and then the second counter kill comes onto Chuan, but Weeha's in some danger as Misery retreats out. Up to the north, Weeha trapped in the trees, Fissures there, and Chant Totem, great control. And they will manage to bring him down. Very nicely done there by Newbee with some unconventional Zeus gank bombs.
Yep. The Zeus gank bombs, the jungle lifesteal coming out. It's weird to just... It's kind of like, I forgot there's like a lifesteal in this game in some ways, not to say how's like had low impact. It's just, you expect the hero just to be in the lane and
I'm wondering what Hal
farming more.
is going for. He's up to 1600. Do they get it? Their Midas here?
He bought drums, I guess? He just spent
drums,
some money.
okay.
Yeah, he has Bracer, I'm not...
I think he went drums then.
Go for the race car build. That's the old school build. So phase drums. I don't think we'll see any ancient shenanigans since he didn't get the tranquil boots.
They want to fight again. They've got Zeus ult, they've got Chrono.
Yeah, and they're gonna also play around Moo, so they can not necessarily smoke with him, but they want to be able to, in a position where they can protect him, create space for him. Death Prophet's one hero they don't want to have.
And this is the Envy hate trade. No stops until they find him. And they will. Chrono's there. Zeus is going to lay in the damage into the Chrono. They're going to hang on to the fissure until the final moment, and then they smack him down. Absolutely no way Envy gets out of that. But Secret do get a tower top, so some sort of trade.
And Newbee in a position to get a counter.
They got an exorcism.
Yeah, it's not like Secret can even come and defend this one despite Chrono being used, because exorcism's up and Newbee are in position with 5 heroes. So if you're TPing in, you're TPing one by one. But Secret's play is to then pressure the tier 2, which...
As weird as Newbee's draft felt, the way they're like moving the heroes around, you know, putting the Zeus to get farm top, setting the lifesteal into the jungle, ganking well with the ultimates, and the Infest Bomb Zeus. It looks clowny. It's been very effective.
Yeah, and the play itself has been standard. It's just the laning setup and the picks themselves, which were like, Chuan's actually a support, but he's playing a safe lane farming Zeus. Hal's in the jungle role, so...
They try to glimpse him back, but...
Nice play.
Hal with the rage.
Just be a bit careful while Rage is on cooldown. He knows they're nearby still, and he'll wait out the Rage cooldown before farming the lane.
They do have the exorcism ready. I wonder if they're going to try to fight with it. As Misery makes his way towards mid, is he going to go for a duel on the Death Prophet? It looks like he might. He gets ready. He's going to press the attack and jump on in. The long range roll comes through and Moo caught out again. Is there a turnaround? Flay gets stunned on the initiation. And he then will be glimpsed back and boulders will be pulled away from him for good measure. So he does end up going back for Vlads, and it'll be your completely standard Void build in the end.
Yeah, 2 successful dual kills in a row onto Death Prophet, really slowing down her net worth gain.
Needs that Yules real bad. Could have easily lived if she had one. And would have had it without the deaths.
Yep. But big picture-wise, I think Newbee, they've got kind of 4 cores this game, so they're still looking alright. They're getting just a bit more out of the map as a whole.
And their hard support is an Earthshaker.
Yeah.
Who's like can be a carry.
He's on his way to a blink. He's sitting on 700 gold, so we're still not looking like he's going to have a terribly late timing on his blink dagger.
And looks like they want to go on to Moo again, bottom lane. There is a Chrono to maybe turn this if they jump him. And Tule's in position to scout things out. The Hammerhead pokes his head out. The Siphon will get stolen now by Pi. We'll see how much mileage Ruby can get out of that one.
Do you get the charges, or is it just 1? I wonder if he builds up charges or not. It says just 1 for now.
Not sure.
Death Prophet is 2, Rubik 1. I'm not sure if it's accumulating.
I see it
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's moving
showing
around.
like the bar moving.
Okay.
Looks
So
like
yeah, he'll start building up charges. I guess. We'll find out.
probably not your ideal steal, but he'll take what he can get.
Yeah, it's okay. Cryptstorm would be a bit better with the ability to instant clear creep waves with the Fade Bolt and Cryptstorm.
So
Another-
Lifestealer's gonna get an armlet here.
Another
They'll have
smoke
pretty
it looks
soon.
like coming out. Yeah, Newbee looking to use ultimates, and they want to be the ones jumping and taking the initiative.
They're gonna
and not
flash here maybe.
Yeah.
Puppy's almost there. The smoke, not quite in position. He's walking up the cliff. He will break it right as they get on top of Missouri, and they are going to commit a Chronos. A lot of Zeus nuke damage, and Newbee will grab another kill. This one a big one on one of the most farmed secret heroes. But Envy is not dying, and Envy is the leader in CS here, so it's kind of feeling like a standard secret game where they just look for Envy to get massively farmed. Whereas Newbee are the ones really playing the up-tempo aggression and trying for picks. Haven't seen too much out of Weed yet this game, though.
It's been one of his quieter Earth Spirit games. Had a couple deaths when he made his first rotations, and Newbee sent their first Chronosphere mid to kill him, so that was a kind of key way of slowing down just his general momentum. It's been much more about Misery getting space and farm and what he can do. He's already level 11. This is a pretty big Legion commander, so killing him there was actually a high-value kill.
When they go in, they get the boulder kick off to start it, and then they roll on delay, and, well, progress towards the Blink Dagger will be delayed for another day. Ooh, meanwhile, Void gets pulled back into a duel. Beautiful grab by Puppy, and that's another winner. Misery, racking him up.
Nice.
Really good pick off there with the glimpse.
So Armlet up on Hal.
And I believe the Void is going Blink as well, so that delayed 2 Blinks with 1 gank.
He saved up quite a bit of money here. Didn't actually end up going for the Midas, as much as it looked like he might. And Moo finds a...
Oh, top lane as well. Here comes the push from Secret. They're going to take down the tier 2.
Envy's really good at getting a lot of value out of the Metamorph. Like, he earlier was mid where he got the kill and then farmed the jungle with it. This time around he gets the kill at top and then he transitions into a tower, so... It's never just for like 1 kill or 1 objective. He's always like maximizes his efficiency with the Metamorph duration.
Chuan thinking about using the ult. It looks like he may be going for a Veil here as well. Veil? Always good just with Zeus, but
Yeah.
they don't have too much other magic damage.
Oh, it's pretty good, I'd say. Like, Cryptstorm, Fissure, that's definitely good. And now they're going to try and secure Roshan. With Exorcism up, I don't see a good way for Secret to try and come and fight this. They are grouped up here, so Static Storm, Kinetic Field could do a lot of work in the pit.
It's gonna die real
yeah,
quick though.
More than anything, that's the big problem. Unless you burst down Death Prophet, you lose the fight as well, I feel.
Well, this is 2 games... Is it 2 or 3? At least 2 games now where Newbee have just been very aggressive about going for Roshan.
Yeah. It's very much part of like their overall just like that's like their strategy and not just their drafts but their style as a team. They want to be on the dire side. Secret are happy to play from the Radiant.
And Secret play the farm game, Newbee play the Roshan pressure game. It's definitely a clear clash in styles. But Exorcism is down now and Secret know it, so Moo will need to be careful. They're getting close to these Blink Daggers. You see the Earthshaker zeroing in on his, as is Tule.
Moo thinking about BKB. Okay, goes Ogre Club, then goes Mithril Hammer, so we'll see a BKB first. That's kind of your counter item to the Earth Spirit as well as Disruptor. And Secret want to keep finding. They want to keep splitting the map, getting farm on like Envy on one side of the map, Misery another, and then have like we looking to either go gank the lane where the Terrorblade is, find a kill with Metamorph, or gank the lane where the Legion Commander is to get a dual kill. So Secret, it's kind of like pick off and then split push kind of approach. Where Newbee, they're going to want to 5-man, use their ultis, take team fights where possible. Haven't been able to take down too many towers just yet, which is maybe their kind of next big objective. But they've got to do that around the Exorcism. Like outside of Exorcism, their lineup is very poor at pushing until Lifestealer gets much more farm on him.
Radiant team does have a sliver of vision there. So they see heroes moving about. Blink is up on Shaker. Going for a bit of dewarding, but Chuan's not going to find anything. Still quiet though. They've got one blink. Second one's not far off.
Dire's
And I'm
middle
wondering
tower
once that
is
second
under
blink is
attack.
online if we see Newbee ramp it up. All these great items to fight now. The armlet, the double blink, the Yules into a BKB. But not using them
Dire's
just
middle
yet.
tower
They throw out a
has been
Zeus ulti, they
denied.
get a bit nervous, it looks like, just unsure of where some of these heroes are, and also just when you know you haven't got Exorcism, like during that small little window, they're perhaps worried about Secret getting a jump on them, so... I mean, look at this, man, this map vision is so limited for Secret, that Zeus just constantly spamming these bolts out, and just the one or two observer what's up on the map right now.
Makes it harder for Envy to farm. I think he is still leading here though.
Here we go.
And there's your Infest Bomb.
Maybe I'll take support at this
Special
point.
delivery.
Didn't really...
A bucket full of Life Stealer coming right up. But Envy has a BKB, so he won't be an easy target, but that's not the one they're going for.
You can see Secret circling their jungle, knowing that this is the danger zone, but you can just camp back with the Earthshaker now, just, okay, you don't find the pick, you go for the push. You've got Exorcism. Unfortunately, like, they can't, if Secret don't defend, I still feel like they need to use Exorcism, even just for the tier 2 tower, because of how lacking in damage they are, but Secret may actually come try and fight this one with the fresh BKB on Envy.
We're gonna find out if they look to hold this
Radiant's
quite
bottom
soon.
tower
Shaker
is under
sneaking
attack.
through the trees right now to the south side. And Newbee in position with their double blink for a very bold maneuver.
His blink's, I think, gone unscouted as well. I don't know.
I don't think either
But-
one was scouted.
Okay, so double blinks, yeah.
Shaker's been like worming his way through the trees.
And yeah, Radiant Vision hasn't been there to scout these blinks out as well. They're trying to send out illusions to figure out what's going on, but...
Oh, they just missed on the void. And now they're gonna creep in. Remember, it's nighttime. Still no Radiant Vision of either blink, but they do have to... They almost certainly know the whole team is right behind him. And House says,
Radiant's
screw it,
bottom tower
I'm gonna go
is
hit
under
things.
attack.
Pops out
Radiant
of the
structures are
Infest, and
fortified.
then, well, no creep wave. And Secret who want to make their move in. House trying to heal up on the wave here.
Their lineup's so slow at pushing. Like, they have to use Exorcism anytime.
Oh, and now they blink in the Blade Mail dual combo, but the fish comes through. It's not enough. Moo dies to his own Exorcism. Great grab there by Misery, and now it could be House next. Trapped out of trees, caught out, Aegis down. Chrono already committed. Zeus ult down, Death Prophet ult down, Death Prophet dead. How could be next? Heavy physical damage, good fissure follow up there, but Misery has had a hell of a game on this
Yeah, it was,
Dire's
initiation
top tower
from
is
the
under
Legion.
attack.
that was so good. And Shaker couldn't even get an Echo Slam off that fight. He's just sitting there like, who do I go? Terrorblade just picked up a BKB. Could have gone and finished off the Legion commander, who Misery not only did a great initiate off, he made the smart decision just instant TP out after getting the kill, recognizing how low he was. And if Shaker goes in, make Blink Echoes, he's going to die for it. Like, perhaps trading his life for the Legions is okay, but he needed to stay alive to keep the Life Stealer up.
Dire's bottom
So,
tower
They
is
need a
under
BKB
attack.
on the Death Prophet.
Yeah.
That much is clear.
Are fortified.
Even with the BKB, that same duel could still happen. Oh, and
Your Echo, Envy getting controlled, but not fully. He's able to pop the ultimate. Does live to tell the tale. Backs himself away. Zeus blasts him off the map, but in exchange, a massive magnetize from Weehaw onto 3 heroes. It's enough to bring them low. The Void barely surviving as he walks away, and Hal rampages forward. They've gotten 3. They're looking for a 4th. Can they bring down Weehaw? Oh, does manage to TP. Can't believe the Void survived that, but somehow he did, and only Earth Spirit and Disruptor let to go back and write sad songs about their defeat.
that Blink Shaker initiation. He didn't actually reveal his Blink in the last fight as well. There's a good chance he still did not know about it because he just stayed in fog throwing fishes last fight. He used the Blink to like blink backwards and escape the trees, but he blinked from like fog to somewhere else in fog. So I think Envy still probably did not even know there was a Blink go on the side of Newbee there. When
And
he
they're
went that
also
push.
just, they're thinking Exorcism is down, Chrono
Yeah.
is down, they only have Zeus ult right now. This is a good time to fight, but yeah, that Echo was the wild card, and now the Veil comes out along with the BKB. Newbee getting some crucial new items to continue fueling their aggression. They will have a fresh round of ultimates to work with here. Oh, Hal, though, he might be in trouble. Is he going to get the rage off in time? He does pop it, quickly sprints away. Legion Commander on the hunt, but not able to close the gap. Tule was there to maybe turn things around. And they might go for smoke here. 5 heroes
Yeah.
group, no Radiant Vision. They're going to quickly bolt to ensure. And then they move in. Shaker the vehicle. Highlight Dot might be the target. It's gonna tank their game.
Love to get Misery.
The Zeus will come through. They're gonna lock him down with the Chronosphere there, but Misery's very tanky because he had the blade belt. They need more damage and stolen. Chrono comes out. It locks up all of them in position. Beautiful Rubik play, but it's not gonna be enough. They still lose.
Chasing. Still chasing. Oh, God.
Gets back. I mean, it was sick. Rubik, but unfortunately, they had their target under control.
Legion using Zeus ult to make sure Legion doesn't play. And then you get the vision, you lock out. Find the key pick on Legion. You don't really care about killing the Rubik there on.
Rubik is getting closer to a blink in a game where there's a lot of good spells to steal.
Yeah. He's holding onto the Chronosphere, but there's a lot of amazing spells, but Chronosphere I feel like is like an average one. It's not actually that amazing. You haven't got the best damage. You got a Static Storm, it's pretty good.
Yeah, if your team has amazing AoE, it's a lot better, but they're not great.
It can control the Lifestealer pretty well. It's the same problem Newbee have with the Lifestealer. The Legion can't really right-click people inside the Chronosphere too well. And it's going to be placed very well to lock down the Terrorblade. You'd much rather get like a Fissure and Exorcism. Some Zeus nukes, always pretty good. But Newbee, recognizing they're weak now, Exorcism's down, they're going to back off a little bit. But as Exorcism comes down, Echo comes back up. So if they can find pickoffs, they'll go for it. And because of how reliant they are on Exorcism, they're going to go straight into the Octarine Core. Pretty standard item build, but I think a lot of depth. If they had other good damage sources, they may go for the Plate Mail / Shivers because you need to survive the Terrorblade Legions, all physical damage, but Newbee want to be able to take objectives and not just itemize purely defensively.
So Envy goes back for the Blink Terrorblade. We saw this yesterday from him. What are your... you were testing that game. What are your thoughts on the Blink Terrorblade?
I think Blink, it's an Envy item. It allows him to split push. It gives him great mobility to increase his just farming efficiency, as well as you push a lane really deep and then blink out as soon as he feels he's in a bit of danger. So I think it's less about the hero necessarily, more about the playstyle of Secret as a team and Envy as a player, which it's perfectly suited to them. And I think it's one of those items which is starting to just get, I guess you could say, abused more and more. We saw Bristleback rush a Blink Dagger last game. It's just being proven to be one of the best items to have on a carry who needs to be dishing out right-click damage.
See how it pays off this time around as Miha goes back to farming his jungle, and Newbee again have a fresh round of ultimates ready. Looks like they might go moving the mid lane. Where do they want to go? Roshan not up for a minute and a half. Perhaps some warding isn't on the menu. See Chuan cleaning out on his 70%. Newbee, 28 minutes in, leading 12-8 here, and I imagine we'll be cruising for a fight pretty soon.
Yeah. And Newbee's going fairly stable and safe with their item choices. Like going for the Zeus, it's a good dispel for the Magnetize. They're going for BKBs on their core heroes. I don't know, I think Lifesteal probably so, but Death Prophet has BKB. There was BKB being built on Void instead of Ag Scepter as well, which is not your normal Void build, but wanting to have the BKB to guarantee that he can get out of an Earth Spirit Silence, get out of the Disruptive Silence, so not get caught out by this
and counter the glimpse as well.
Yeah. So just very safe, stable play coming out from Newbee. Basically saying, look, you're not going to beat us by just catching us out with a pick-off. You've got to make like a big out. Like, you've got to really out-execute us or out-split push us to win this game.
So Pylai Die does get scouted out by that Zeus hold and ends up blinking away. They're continuing to give Chuan a lot of farm priority. Staying up there nicely on the support. The secret supports, as per usual, are quite a bit farther behind. Very sacrificial roles for Puppy and Pi. So even Lay's going for a BKB, it looks like. Gets his own club.
Yeah.
Al's gonna find Puppy. Oh, but he gets violence very early on in this one. He does have the Rage Valve, he's just gonna TP out. The rest of Newbee will disengage, but Envy blinks in. He sees opportunity. Too late, might have Chrono for this. They do get the glimpse back. That forced out a BKB, and on the south side of the fight, the Earthshaker did get dueled, picked off by Misery. So they force out a BKB. They get a kill on the Shaker, and they're gonna force Newbee to back away.
Misery 3k gold. His great kick continues. Up to over 50 dual damage now. Not like a huge amount considering you're 3 minutes in, but it's really hard to get jewels in games like this where you're not getting many kills to begin with.
And they're just itemizing so defensively, as you pointed out.
Are fortified.
Secret are going to try to take a tower after that pickoff. And they will succeed. Tier 1 drops bottom. Newbee, not quite yet ready to fight. Appears.
Yeah, they're at halfway to a couple different BKBs on their team, the Void, as well as the Shakers, so if we want to spend a bit more time farming, even with Exorcism online, at most they go for pickoffs or go for a Roshan and then take the fight to Secret, like really in like let's siege your tier 2s, your high ground when they have those BKBs.
Are they going to go Roche?
I'm really curious if Lifesteal even considers a BKB as well. They've got such good damage output from heroes like Zeus, like Death Prophet Ultimate, that it's not essential to get Deso, but for sieging high ground, Deso's amazing.
Well, Secret just got a little vision of that Void jump, but they are not going to contest again. Newbee will commit the Death Prophet ult to secure the Sages.
Just too tricky to come into these Roche fights. When Lifesteal take it, buys another Mithril Hammer, so it'll be Desolator.
So, yeah, we're going to see like 4 or 5 items coming out for Newbee in the next 3 to 5 minutes. Some big ones here. The Death Prophet Octarine likely underway, the Earthshaker BKB, the Void BKB, the Deso on the Life Stealer, and you know, at that point, we may actually see them really try to force the issue.
Yeah, Secret's done such a good job defending their towers up until now that they've got tier 2s on every single lane, so they can just look to stall, throw out like Earth Spirit Boulder Smashes, throw out Legion Commander overwhelming odds, and just delay the push and not actually take the fight. And by the time, I don't feel like Newbee can push a tier 2 as well as high ground during this Aegis duration. Consider they also want to finish off these BKBs, so...
Mid lane, looks like they might jump the Earth Spirit. They do come in all of a sudden, a little Earth Shaker special. It's going to spit out the Spirit, and that will force out a pause from Envy to have a moment of silence for his dead friend, Mr. Weehaw. So Envy goes back for a Diffusal Blade on the Terrorblade. This is a super unusual itemization.
I want to say he did this in his last Terrorblade game. He loves diffusals lately. I mean, we were joking about his Spectre.
The double diffusals, you know, even buying the second one when he still had like 4 charges left of the initial Diffusal Blade.
It is the most cost-effective item in the game. Especially level 2 diffusal is you get 35 agi for it for a really cheap cost. Only Ethereal Blade gives more agi at 40, and that's costs like 50% more than a level 2 diffusal does. So agi, and that's your illusions. Like they get damage attacks coming out from the agi, so they get that's kind of best bang for your buck as far as beefing your illusions in terms of damage split push. The diffusal effect itself can be nice when you're dealing with Ghost Scepters, which is not the case. I don't think we.
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing this game is the active doesn't really feel that good. You can remove Death Prophet, but you could all just get a Manta for that. So
it helps you chase and
get
kills though, because your fluctuation slow is pretty small. I think it's 20% or something, 25% movement speed slow. So some of these really fast here, you've got a drums lifestealer, you've got the Death for some wild lifestealer Death Prophet who's got Yules. So if you're going to be able to kill these heroes when you find them, the diffusal used offensively just to slow them and purge them can be a nice way to guarantee kills later on in T5.
I'm very curious to see how effective it is in the upcoming fights, because they at the same time they have a ton of just heavy burst damage. Where, you know, he may not be chasing anyone if he gets caught out.
Yep,
and he's quite squishy compared to the normal Terrorblade build. Like we saw Sylar the other day, you know, go for the very traditional Scotty build up, so he had a lot more HP, much more difficult to chain stun and burst down. But Envy will need to be quick on his BKB here.
Yeah, if he gets caught by a Blinko, he's just done for, but...
Or a Chrono, probably.
Yeah, Chrono, same thing. I guess just thinking, like, even if I go the tanky build, there's a good chance I die, even with the Scotty, or, like, a Satanic. Or, I mean, Butterfly... Well, I mean, Butterfly, it's not the lifesteal in the Chrono, it's just, like, the Zeus damage and all that. If he gets chain stun without getting his BKB off, he's dead, I guess, regardless of what items he has. And we'll see, yeah, BKB's close to completion for Void.
Yeah, so they're about to have all 4 of those items that I mentioned.
Yeah.
Just maybe the Shaker Blink not, or the BKB not quite ready. But that's not really an essential item.
I mean, Newbee just have Teamfight specialists all over the place going into the late game. Like Zeus is one of the late game beasts as far as damage output, just through his passive. And you've got teamfight ultimates like Chrono, Slam, Exorcism.
That is the one interesting thing with this build is that he's, he is up against Zeus as Terrorblade, which is generally considered a pretty bad matchup for the TB. So maybe part of the reason why he doesn't want heavy stats, since it'll be countered by the passive anyway.
You can look to jump in and try and kill the Zeus. Like Zeus has to be one of the top priorities in a team fight because he's gonna next to Death Prophet Exorcism, he probably does the most damage. Even
and
more than the lifestealer
if you do catch him.
I think Zeus left alone, like even if you ignore like lifesteal left alone, just stabs in his Zeus left alone.
Yeah, DP probably does about the same.
Yeah.
But here we go. Secret on the hunt forward. They're going to sprint in, but lays in the trees in a perfect position to break this one out, except Weeha's too quick. He gets the instant kickoff. He rolls forward past him. The Fissure does connect on 3, and then he blinks out where Wee is waiting for him, but so too is the rest of Newbee. And Wee's in pretty far. He's popped the BKB together with the BKB. Start getting coming out real quickly. And does Secret actually want to fight into this? Wee says, no, hell no, I want to get out of there. Pylite Die tries to engage, but he's going to get caught, punched down by How, and the chase is on now. Newbee have turned this completely on its head. 3, make it 4 down if they can just swat Misery, and they will. It's all up to Envy now. And Envy says, screw that, man, I'm out.
3 hero Chrono, that was
a really long dive by Weeha.
Yeah, we got
it looks like a sick catch there.
He instantly stunned him.
Yeah, he instantly found the Earthshaker, but then he got a 3 hero Fissure and he rolled past him, so he's able to just blink away.
He missed the follow-up to the Boulder Smash, unfortunately, and
this could be real costly. They have used all their ultimates aside from Echo, so Newbee might have to back if they see buybacks, but fortunately for them, Secret don't have any with the Desolator. How is going to munch through building. They'll get at least the 1 melee racks here. Maybe they even rotate on mid, still holding the Aegis. The AC's coming soon. Hero's not going to fully respawn until 25 seconds from now. Oh, they find Puppey. Puppey will get caught out. And the stolen Zeus ult?
Yeah.
Not enough for the kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Managed to get him at a bad time for the armlet with the amulet on.
Oh man, Secret. That fight could have been so different if they just killed the Shaker right away.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It does show you the power of these draft though. Just so many game-changing ultimates that you just need 1 or 2 to connect and things quickly fall apart for Secret.
It's like, not like there's any one hero that's super farm for Newbee, which means you win a fight like that, suddenly all these 4 heroes get a ton of farm and gold are going to keep getting like a big item. Like an Ace on a lifesteal is a big upgrade. The Octarine or the Shiver is a big upgrade on the Death Prof. Void gets another item. Zeus had 4k gold as well.
I mean, you say 4 cores. I would even say 5.
Yeah,
look at Earthshaker.
absolutely.
He's up there with the Earth Spirit.
It's
and he's got a BKB.
You've got 5 heroes who can have a huge impact on a team fight through items as well as levels and spells. And then like for the supports on Secret, they're very much supports. Like they have the ability to change a team fight through their spell usage and positioning, but haven't got the items to protect them or to have an impact on a fight. They haven't got the BKBs. Like Rubik has a Blink Dagger. That's probably about as good as it gets, and there's nothing more than coming out from the side of Team Secret's support. It's very much like a 3-core with your supports lineup. On the Newbee side, it's a completely different story.
But this is the farm distribution we see pretty much every game. Secret that it's 2 hyper farmed heroes, and then the other 3 are very far down. And in this particular case, it is not working out as far as the numbers go.
Well,
maybe way on top.
I guess the AC
18k
means
gold lead.
Those reflections illusion gets a bit scarier. That's perhaps slightly good news. Reflection, one of those things, like the lay of the game goes, Terrorblade Reflection is like an ownage spell, but it's actually not that good against Void, Death Prophet, or Zeus, because
none of these are great heroes to get illusions up.
Yeah, but the lifestealer one will be at least slightly annoying for him to fight into.
If your Reflection got Exorcism, things would be different.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
How's gonna take down the tower here bottom. Just commit the rage for it.
Bottom tower has fallen.
And that is the last outer tower of the game. All the ults online aside from the Soul. Shiva's complete, Octarine not far off from Mu after that.
Did he not have Octarine yet?
He stopped getting it to get the
Okay.
Shivas, I think. Yeah. So just wants to make sure he lives, which...
Yep.
And considering how much damage Newbee put out and how good their sustained team fight is, it seems like living is the... Just don't die to a duel, basically, and you're A-okay.
Did you see what the Zeus got with all his money? He was like 4k gold.
Oh, he's gonna get a Lotus Orb? Or sorry, a Liquid Sphere.
That's gonna make this.
Or is he... I mean, he could even...
This
change it up and
Legion's
go
not
Hex.
gonna have much fun. Getting jewels off. I imagine it's Lincoln since he got the purse.
Yeah. Lincoln's versus the Legion will... I mean, that's like the only playmaking spell I feel Secret really have. Yeah, you have Glimpse, but there's a lot of BKBs, there's Rage. Our Spirit is... And that is the issue for the mid Earth Spirit, is at this stage of the game, he can't really solo carry the game any longer.
Man, this could be the first Earth Spirit loss in a long time. It lost for like maybe a game here or there in the group stage, but for the playoffs, I think it's been undefeated. And when it's been played like 6 times, 7 times or something ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like usually in this situation, Secret have the ticking time bomb draft where they just have so much late game that they're content just farming, but it does not seem like that this time around.
And you get the Ags for sure on the Earth Spirit. That's going to be one of their late game kind of salvation options as far as having the ability to kick heroes into the fountain, into tier 4s, or just the hell away from the rest of their team. It can save heroes who get caught in the Chronosphere as well. You turn them to stone. It's absolutely essential here and something that we needs before. If Newbee get like an 8, secure the next Roshan and look to push with Aegis with Cheese, he needs to have an Axe there or I think the game is just
the
lost.
value Arcane Rune and a big Chrono to start this one off by too late. He's gonna jump Misery. He seems tanky and then Zeus shows up and suddenly he's dead.
No Roshan.
My god, Chuan is beasting on the little man.
I think Earth Spirit even need to like sell items to get to the Ags faster. That's how desperate this situation is for the item. Like Veil, I guess, is just so. I was thinking if he had a Blade Mail, you sell a Blade Mail at this stage, but he actually skipped on that. Went for the BKB Veil. So at most you can sell your wand here. You want to keep your Veil, and he's only halfway to the Ag Scepter. He needs to find farm on the map and needs to do so as soon as possible.
I don't know how much time he's gonna get though.
Yeah.
And the hero is not the flash farmer at this stage.
Nope, not at all.
Oh, he goes back for Blink, so no Ags.
Okay.
But speaking of Ags, Void is about to get him. So Newbee are going to have easy and regular pick-off potential.
Yep. And here comes an Aegis push.
So you get...
Cheese.
So if they want to wait, they could get the Octarine, get the Ags on the Void coming out right now. I don't know if they really need the Octarine though.
It's not essential by any means.
He's got the Arcane Rune if he pops it soon.
And even if you don't get the, like, let's say Secret repel you, but you don't lose your Aegis, you'll have another chance with Aegis, Ultimate, and you'll have Octarine for the next push. So this way you can have a couple jabs at the high ground with Aegis Cheese, depending on how it pans out. With
They're coming. Envy's just trying to get that little bit of extra gold. Does not have a TP right now.
Doesn't have buyback.
Nor does he have buyback.
Well, yeah.
Envy's got some issues here.
He's going all in on the Scotty.
Yeah, I definitely think he needs another item at this point. So
Say
buyback on your Terrorblade is not going to turn this game around. Up on front, Hal munching on the tower and quickly bringing it down. He does get silenced up by the Earth Spear, but he really doesn't care about that. He's going to bring it down, and Newbee are going to force some commitment out of Secret. And
That's why he wishes he had the Axe.
This positioning just so hard to deal with.
I think he just buys the Blink because that's all he can afford, and he knows the push is coming now, so he has to just buy something.
They're going to glimpse how he rages a bit late. He says, oh, okay, great. Now I'm next to your melee racks. I'll hit that instead. Newbee in prime position here to take a lane. They still have everything online.
I love how his teammates are so far behind. Like, they're not even close to him.
You'd have to do the full complexity wraparound to even have a chance at this.
Well, Hal just has to wait for his next rage, perhaps wait for a recast of the Lincolns, which is about to wear off, and then he's on the high ground again.
And they're just not good at dealing with any form of magic immune carry. They'd have to commit everything, including the duel, to kill him once.
Yep. At some point, Secret just gonna have to commit unless they want to just play from another lane of racks down, because that's right now where we're headed.
But it doesn't seem like they have the late game at this point, so
no, not at all.
Just playing for later is almost playing into Newbee's hands. They do get a duel off onto Hal, but he's managed to pop that rage, so he takes no damage. He says, Misery, you're mine, I'm the winner, you're my chicken dinner. Let's go. Newbee taking out the melee rack. The Exorcism has been committed now. Hardly even needed for this siege. Move just feels like artillery and kind of an ancillary support at this point. They get off the Echo onto End, does pop his ultimate, then he dies again, so he basically lost 2 life there. Chronosphere was committed for this, and Newbee just march into the Secret base, slaughtering all in their path. Weehaw rolls around, and Secret don't even put up a fight after that. They call the GG. They have been eliminated from MDL, and Newbee are back in a big way here with a new roster.
Radiant's middle tower
Newbee
is
are done.
under attack.
And a very interesting style.
Yep.
I'm loving the versatility they're showing with their picks, their laning. A lot of confidence for this team in terms of their play.
No more MMOs for this team, LD. They're playing Dota once again, playing good Dota at that. It's been a really impressive showing throughout MDL. Their group stage was incredible, despite them starting in the lower bracket. They didn't feel like a team that was 4th out of 5 teams in their group. They felt like they were at least middle of the pack. They were